directly.
Okay. Good morning, Miss Meisya.
Good morning, Miss.
Okay, so please explain the LP that you made for next week, Miss.
Okay, for next week, we have our sounds grade like usual. We follow the schedules that Sahandra have shared for us, and then for sounds grade book. By the way, for next week we don't have any LP for Friday because Friday is holiday, right, Miss?
Yes.
We start from Friday, but for next week, like usual, Monday we have sounds grade. In sounds grade we have review part. So the review part, like usual, there are three part for review part. Monday we review the sounds from unit 1 until unit 2 from the homework. The second from for the second day on Tuesday we review from the applications, and the third day we have our special activity.
Okay, I will ask the sounds. What are the sounds that you will review?
EA, EE, AI.
Okay.
Okay.
How many sounds?
4 sounds actually. EA, EE, AI, and then one more is AY.
So on Tuesday,
A. On Tuesday we review 4 sounds over there, but on Tuesday we review it from applications, so like games, story, chant. But on Monday we review it based on the homeworks, the previous homeworks, all the previous homeworks that relate with the that sounds.
okay, we start from the application first. Okay, do you know the words there? Have you read? Have you
Yeah,
seen?
all the words that we have learned so far, that is the words that we will find on applications.
You still remember?
Yes.
What are they?
From AI first, like mail, sale, and then like mail, sale. For AY, like day, pay, and then for EE, like meat, feed. For EA, like meat, daging, and then one more is read, something like that.
Double E, E.
Fit, meat.
Okay, so I see here there's a list of dictation, right?
Yeah.
So what are the words that you will dictate?
The list of dictation that is based from the reading the sentence that we put on reading sentence.
I mean, you will stress some words there, right? For
Yes.
example, like read, and then you will react again to be read by the students. I mean, do you know the words inside the dictation that you will explain or you will ask them to read?
Um, I will try to remember, Miss, but not all the words. Okay. So play, and
Pardon?
then
Pardon?
play,
Play.
day, and then play, day, and then what? Meet, feed, mail,
Play, mail,
yeah,
yes.
play, mail, day, meet,
No, meat. There is no meat.
feed, meat berjumpa, meat daging, feed, sit, SEAT, sit, and then some previous word like from sound ch, like lunch or much, because the some that part is not my part for doing that homework, so I really didn't, I mean like I didn't forget it well. I didn't remind it well, I mean.
Kidding. But even though this
Yes,
not your
as
part.
yeah, I know that I have to remember about the dictations.
Yes. Okay then. At least some. Just now you just remember 2 or 3, miss. Like meal,
Play,
play. One more. What is that? Just now you made. Play, yes.
chop,
Chop.
yes, much,
No.
brave, because the words really mix with the previous sounds, miss. Really, we need to put the previous sounds also, right? So I will try to remember later to me when I give these lessons to my students on Monday.
Okay. So on Wednesday, you said there is special activity, right?
Yes.
What is that, Miss?
The special activity is combining the sentence. So later we put the sentence randomly. Then we ask the students to combine it.
Have you made the sentences?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
What are you going to make? Do you have any plan? Have you chosen?
We will discuss it with Miss Julia and Miss Daisy later on Saturday, because on Saturday we have our that is the time for us to discuss everything, right? Miss? So on Saturday later we discuss it to make the sentence, what sentence that we are going to share to the students later on special activity. Then I mean, like, we need to set, so K2A, K2B, K2C will have the same sentence in their
Don't you
special.
think that it is too late, Miss? Because this LP must be approved first, right? So it means that before that you have chosen, I mean, you have discussed.
We have discussed about the way to make a special activity about this, but the standards we haven't discussed it yet.
Only the sentences.
Yeah, only the sentences. So we just like discuss, okay, how many sentences that we need to share to the students later, Miss, on Wednesday, and then if we created enough, we can share it. We can do it on Wednesday, because not late, right? This month we still have Monday, we still have Tuesday, we still have, yeah, the special activity we will make it on Wednesday. Only the sentence, but the way to make special activity we have put inside the LP.
We have discussed as well, yes. Okay, so for little steps,
it's still unit the same like the previous unit. How many things to
press 7. Sepi calls me. Hello, sir? Yes? Yeah. Okay, we continue. Sorry, Miss. Okay, for little step, can you mention the CP questions that you will give?
Okay, so there are two questions. What does the human made the objects that human made means? So the objects that human made the object that human made are the object that created by human. How do you give the example of the object that human made from? So there are some example of the object that human made. There are cardboards, plastic, gloves, something like that.
Okay, wait first. I saw yesterday, right?
There are some revisions.
Yeah, some revisions about
the newest file is on the file that Miss Julia has given. So later after this evaluations, I will resend the newest revision file, so it will not messy like this. It's still messy, Miss, actually.
And then the question still this one, both of these.
I have revised it. The question that I have mentioned before, that is
the first. What will you make?
There are two examples of natural object and human-made object. So we make it simple. So we just discuss about human-made object, not natural object.
Okay. So you will delete this
Natural object, and then
one more question. One more question.
One more question. The example of human-made object.
Okay. Alright. This is still the previous topic, yes, about the Earth.
Yeah. Because before we did our mid task, we entered this unit. We're still in unit 8.
Still running.
Yeah, yes. Still running in unit 8, but that's why I checked from the book map. Oh yeah, we keep running on unit 8.
Okay. For the next little steps, what is the question again?
Still, like, how do you keep clean your earth? The next little step questions. TPQ, right, Miss? How do you keep clean your earth by not throwing the trash to the river? Okay.
And then? Only one way?
Yeah, only one way.
It might two here.
And one more, I forgot. Sorry.
Okay, one more question.
One more questions.
There are two CP question you put here.
Yeah, the first one is how the way you clean your earth. The model answer is like by not throwing the river, by not throwing the trash to the
To the
river.
river. Okay. One more.
And one more really I blank this, really I blank out.
Okay then. For rainbow science, what will you do, Miss?
Okay, rainbow science. We go to our new unit. Uh, it's about it's about I mean like it's about the next unit, but that is the
What do you mean?
the next unit means I mean I forgot the topics. Really, I really blank.
So you didn't remember? You don't
No,
remember
I
yet?
didn't remember the topic.
Alright. Rainbow math, what will you do?
Rainbow math, it's about counting 2S, 3S, 5S. So the topic is about my town here, my town. So the students will learn the way to count, but by counting the numbers directly. In example like this, counting by 2S, start from number 2. So what is the second times for the first number? In example number 2, what is the two numbers after number 2? 4. And then 4. What is two numbers after number 4? That is counting by 2S. And then there is also counting by 3S, like the students will count three number after number 3, three number after the number before. And then one more is counting by 5S. So the students will learn about counting the numbers before, but counting it directly using 5 numbers. So an example like what is the number after number 5, but so the students will count it directly, like using their 5 fingers. So after number 5 is actually 10, after number 10 is 15, something like that. It's like a multiplication.
And then next, this is about reading. I see there is a reading also.
Yes, the
What is
reading
it about?
Granny's birthday.
What is the story about?
About the birthday of their grandmother, but I cannot tell you all the story, because the
Just
story is
the
too
most importantly, the most important point there.
So the most important point in here, actually the students know well how to read the long sentence and long story.
But of course, they need to know also what is the content of the story, right?
Yes, as usual, after we read it together, I will explain what does this story means, because the students, as usual, the students is really focused to the how to read the sentence, how to read the words by words, and they forgot about what is the moral lesson that they get from this story. The first things that I know, the first things I just like focus. So this I just like focus like the students have to be able for reading the long sentence and for reading the story especially. But for the meaning of the story overall, sometimes I will explain to them. So in example like this story, after we read it until finish, I just like retelling them about the meaning of the story. But sometimes, based on the structures of the activity, the students doesn't need to know what is the meaning of the story. The students just need how this need just need like they have to know how to read the words by words in a in a long story, because 30 minutes is really not enough to read all the story, because the story is really long.
Really long. How many
Yeah.
paragraphs? How many paragraphs?
More than one paragraph, miss.
Oh yes.
More than one and two, more than 2 or 3 slides. one slide, it's really it has maybe like one paragraph, but the one paragraph has more than 7 words, right? So it's it's really long for the kindergarten bees. But we ever make it, we ever read it, we always try to read it until finish. But if we haven't
The
time,
time wasn't enough.
yeah, but if we haven't time to discuss about the meaning of the story, we never do that.
So the most point here, at least
They know how to
read.
read the words.
Okay. Right, we move to homework, Miss. Homework from 24 until 28, right? Can you give or can you mention maybe the words that they will do or the topic that they will do for next week
Okay.
homework? Okay, we will start from Sanskrit. Sanskrit 5, right? Unit 2.
Okay, for Sanskrit 5, they will choose the sounds of EE or EA based on the pictures. Next, for the next part,
Do you remember one of them? The word
E,
for
like
them?
sit, that is the sounds for EA.
Okay.
And then like tree, that is the sounds for EE, something like that.
Okay. Next.
And then the next part is they will choose the words based on the pictures. So there are 2 pictures, and then they will choose the words that really represent the pictures. In example, like I give the example, like one is ink, so there is the pictures of black ink, and then one more is male. So the students, there are 2 pictures, and then there are some words. So they just need to choose 2 words that really uh, two words that 2 words based on these pictures. Even the sounds a little bit same, but they have to choose based on the pictures, not based on sounds. And then for the previous for the previous unit that we mix all the units, they will choose one words that relate with the picture. So actually like this, there is one pictures. Every numbers have their own pictures, and then there are two choices. In example, the picture of stove. So there are 2 choices for the words of stove, and maybe some one is stove, one is like lure. So the students will circle which one is the word of stove, and then they rewrite the words again.
Okay. I didn't see there is ISP here.
No
ISP on Friday.
ISP science and ISP bahasa, we never have homework, means we just
I mean no, the on your LP. I check first. That's on.
Oh yeah, on Friday. On Friday,
yes.
ISP. We just have ISP Matematika on Thursday, but on Friday we. Oh sorry, Miss. ISP Matematika, ISP Science, and ISP Bahasa now.
Fridays.
In the news, in the news schedules, Mr. Hendra put all of them on Friday. That's why we didn't.
You didn't make it.
In the previous LP we made it, Miss, but for the revision part we erased it because we don't have any activity on Friday.
But for the next LP, it will be on Friday, yes.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
ISPs. So next for Rainbow Science, Rainbow Math, sorry, Rainbow Math.
Rainbow Math, still like counting 2S, 5S. And then for the previous sounds, we just like adjust the activity based on the Rainbow Math students. The way to do activity is same, like counting the number, and then like making a clock. Then they will put the taller and shorter, and then
It means comparison.
yeah, comparisons. So like
So you explain it first.
that is the previous unit, Miss. Yeah, we always explain the homeworks that are going on that day. In example, like Rainbow Math, so it means we explain it on that is the day for as the closing sessions. We always do closing sessions by reviewing the homework that are going on that day, right? So the way to do the homework, I will explain to them, uh, especially for doing the taller and shorter. So in example like this, it's actually it's only simple. The instruction is like, please circle the taller objects of this picture. So they will choose all the taller objects. There are two objects, so they will choose which one is the taller of all the pictures there. Taller and shorter.
Okay. Miss, can you please help me to turn on that one? Okay, Miss. I need you to explain this, Miss. Yes. Make it bigger. So, how will you explain about this homework?
Okay, actually for this part, number one until number four, the students will choose which one, which sounds that can represent every word based on the pictures. Like number one, that is the pictures of seats. Seats comes from which sounds, EA or EE. So they need to circle and then they need to put the words of seat there. So like EA, they circle the sounds of EA, then they need to put SEAT.
They will write the word.
Yes, they will write on the line. And like number two is meet, so it means the students need to circle EE. Number three is beach, so the students need to circle CH at the back. And number four is that is the pictures of tree. They need to circle the sounds of EE. And number five is I wash my feet before sleeping. They need to circle the sounds of EE. And then for this part, as previous units from number one till number four, there are two pictures. So the students need to circle the words comes from the picture. In example, number one is there are the pictures of ink and the pictures of weight. Black. I mean black. So the students will circle black and then weight.
Oh, black and
weight.
Weight.
Actually, there's the pictures of
expression for waiting.
expression for
Someone.
waiting, because the boy is
It's like boring. See, he's
boring,
boring.
and seeing
He's feeling bored.
yeah, seeing the watch. And then number two that is like glove and then crayon. The number three is hose and feet. Number four is fuse and dress.
Okay.
So the students will circle the words that comes from the pictures.
All right. This one, they will circle as well.
Yeah, they will circle and rewrite again. In example number one is there are there are two choices, like stone and stove. Which one is the words from the pictures? That is the picture of stove. It means the students need to circle stove, then rewrite how to write the stove on the line. Number two is pink.
So are you sure that they have known all the words?
All the words we have learned so far, because this is the previous list, and then this is the words that we have learned.
Okay, we move. This one sounds great.
Yeah, this is just writing part.
Rewrite only.
Yeah, rewrite only.
Okay.
But they have to focus, like where is the capital letter parts they need to follow. In example, like the first words in the sentence must use the capital letter. So that is the point. If they cannot, if they put like they didn't put upper letter in the first sentence, it means they are wrong.
Where did you get the sentence?
We created, Miss, but we still follow the unit. In example, like sounds unit 5, unit 2, we follow the sounds, but for the long sentence we created.
Why don't you put something like a place that, for example, right? I like to go to Sun Plaza, so they know. Oh, in this word,
I like to go to
Sun Plaza. The name of the mall, right? A mall. I mean, like S and then P must be capital like that.
Okay, I like to go to the Sun Plaza.
For
we
example,
made it like I like to go to the beach, because beach is the words that they learned so far. Ch at the back. If we make like I like to go to Sun Plaza, if the sentence still can be related, we will make this. We will create it as fun as we can, so the students will read. Oh, Sun Plaza. Oh, this is the place that I know. Blah blah blah. But
because right, all the sentences here, I see that the capital letter only at the first. Yes, right.
Yes. But sometimes when we put the name of persons, in example,
Oh,
my
you ever put?
ever. In example, like me and Brian, gitu. Like Mike is also the sounds that they learn, the name of persons, but they also there is the sounds of Ike, but Mike, because of that is the name of people, we put capital letter in the middle of the sentence.
Yeah, that's good, I think, because they just not only follow one way, one how to say that,
Only the first words, right? Only the first letter in a sentence. So they know, actually for upper letter we need to put in for a place, for the name of persons.
Yeah, I mean like that. Maybe you can discuss later, Miss. Okay, next. All right, this one. Can you please explain, Miss?
This is counting using UX. Like I have learned, like I have said before, counting by using 2S and 5S. So there are some pictures. Every picture represents their own numbers, like the pictures of number 1, 4, 6. So the students need to count after number 6 in what is the two numbers after number 6? In example, two numbers after number 6 is they have to prepare their fingers like 2 here, and then they will count. After number 6 is 7, 8. So they need to write 8 directly. They're not writing 7. And then by counting by 5S, yeah. So they will count what is the 5 number after the number before. So the number that written there is number 5. So they need to count what is the 5 steps after number 5. So they have to prepare their fingers 5. Then they need to count like after number 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So after 5 is 10. After 10 is 15. After 15 is 20.
So you focus on addition, yes?
Yeah.
Subtraction, no? Like from 20 to 15 to
No,
10?
because
No?
we focus, follow the topic on the book. If we put it like backward, it's out of the line, miss. But if the topic is
The topic only addition, yes?
yeah, the topic only additions,
Okay.
not counting backward.
This one?
This is the previous unit.
So what will they put here?
Count the objects below.
Oh, only count, not following the shape.
No, like what? 1, 2,
Like 2 heart
Look,
shape,
yeah.
and then circle, 2 heart shape, and then
No,
circle.
only count, miss.
Oh, only
1, 2,
counting.
3, 4, 5. It needs 5 shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only 5. Then this is subtractions.
Yeah, there is subtraction.
Subtractions for this ways, not for 5S and 2S. Different ways.
This one also.
This one is ASP Matematika. Jadi mereka itu
oh, this is for Friday ya?
Wednesday.
Wednesday ada juga ya? Oke.
Yeah.
Jadi untuk Rabu?
Untuk Rabu itu ada ASP Matematika sama Rainbow Math, Miss. Jadi Rainbow Math dan ASP Matematika itu gabung di hari Rabu, biarpun ASP Matematika itu sekarang di hari Jumat. Nah, yang bagian pertama itu mereka harus menuliskan lambang bilangan sama dengan atau tidak sama dengan. Jadi kalau misalnya benda pertama itu tidak sama dengan benda kedua, mereka harus menuliskan lambang bilangan tidak sama dengan. Namun jika benda pertama itu sama dengan benda kedua, memiliki persamaan yang sama, mereka harus menuliskan lambang bilangan sama dengan. Dan mereka sudah tahu fungsi dari setiap lambang tersebut. Jadi lambang bilangan sama dengan itu untuk melambangkan kalau kedua benda itu sama. Dan lambang tidak sama dengan itu melambangkan kalau kedua benda itu tidak sama gitu, berbeda.
Oke. Kalau misalnya mereka membuat di sini angka bisa nggak?
Angka apa, Miss?
Diganti misalnya 12 jadi angka 12 bisa.
Nah, kenapa kami bikin di sini itu menjadi kalimat sambil melatih mereka untuk 12 itu penulisannya seperti ini dan mereka bisa membaca gitu. 12 kue. Jadi itu juga melatih reading skill mereka dalam bahasa Indonesia. Kalau angka kan mereka sudah tahu ini angka penggabungan angka 1 dan angka 2 itu mereka sudah tahu itu 12. Tapi mereka
kalau kebalikannya misalnya ketika Miss bilang 12 dan mereka misalnya menulis angkanya bisa nggak? Apa Miss pastikan mereka sudah bisa?
Maksudnya Miss? Sorry?
Ini kan Miss melatih reading skill mereka ya kan? Jadi kalau seandainya Miss bacakan 12. Apakah Miss yakin mereka sudah bisa menuliskan angkanya?
Yakin.
Sudah.
Tapi yang masih jadi hal yang harus difokuskan ketika kita membicarakan 12,
Angkanya, tapi
mengucapkan
mereka-
12, mereka itu apakah mereka tuh sudah bisa menuliskan angka 12 dengan huruf bukan dengan angka. Tapi kalau dengan angka pasti sudah bisa,
ya.
karena mereka sudah terbiasa menghitung dan menuliskan angka dengan menghitung gambar. Tapi kalau untuk menuliskan bentuk huruf dari
Dalam
angka
kalimat
tersebut
lah.
dalam kalimat tersebut, nah itu yang harus dilatih dari sekarang gitu, Miss.
Oke. Jadi ini menghitung berdasarkan jumlahnya gitu.
Yang mana, Miss? Yang ini. Oke, jadi iya mereka menghitung berdasarkan jumlah. Nih, kayak contohnya berapa itu jumlah sepeda di situ. Jadi mereka nanti akan tarikan garis ke angka yang mana. Contohnya misalnya ada jumlahnya ada 19, berarti mereka harus tarik garis ke angka 19 gitu. Memasangkan juga.
Okay, I think that's all, Miss, for the evaluation today. Just one input from me, even though, for example, it's not your part to do, for example, you don't do the sounds great, for example, but you need to read it, right?
Yeah,
You need
I
to,
read it.
you need to learn.
And
it.
one more, Miss, Rainbow Science, we haven't put in LP. That's why I didn't know what topic that I need to explain to you.
Why didn't you realize yesterday when Miss Julie sent it?
There is no revision about Rainbow Science.
Okay. For little step also, you forgot some of the
One
questions.
questions, Miss. We actually
One
we
or
have
two.
one questions. In the first day of little step, we have two questions. I remember about this. And the second day of little step, I remember one question.
yes.
One more I forgot. Only that part.
Okay, I hope for the next you remember all of them. Okay, Miss.
I hope.
I think that's all. So you pass in this evaluation.
Yeah, thank you, Miss.